Caleb, 15, a varsity baseball player, Megan, 12, who loved art, and little Oliver, just 8 years old, the family comedian. To anyone looking in, they were picture perfect. But on April 14th, 2012, that picture shattered. That Saturday night, the Petersons ordered takeout from their favorite diner, the Maplewood Grill. Neighbors saw Ryan outside around 9:45, locking the garage. The porch light went off at 10:47 p.m. And from then, nothing. No one saw or heard anything unusual until morning. At 8:32 a.m., 10-year-old neighbor Sophie rode her bike over to pick up Megan for church. When she knocked, no answer. The door was slightly open. She pushed it just a few inches and froze. She ran home screaming for her mom, who dialed 911. Within minutes, Maplewood police and county deputies surrounded Elmwood Drive. Inside, officers found a family quiet house filled with unanswered questions. Detectives spent hours combing through the Peterson home. Drawers untouched, valuables still there, nothing stolen. But something strange caught their eye. A single muddy footprint near the back door. Size 11, athletic sole, K-Swiss, an older model, out of production for years. And on the banister, a faint partial handprint, smeared but distinct. Not Ryan's, not Laura's, not any of the children's. Someone had been inside that house, and someone who didn't belong. Forensic analysts went to work. The tread pattern matched a discontinued K-Swiss Classic 88. Only a handful of pairs had been sold in the entire county. Investigators canvassed every store, every pawn shop, even eBay listings, and that's when they found the first real lead. Security footage from a gas station 15 miles away, time-stamped at 11:22 p.m., just after the Petersons' porch light turned off. The camera caught a man in a grey hoodie filling up a silver Ford pickup. On his feet, white K-Swiss sneakers. The partial plate number matched a vehicle registered to Evan Cole, 28 years old. Evan Cole wasn't a stranger. He'd worked with Ryan Peterson at a local shipping company until Ryan reported him for theft in 2010. Cole was fired, no charges filed, but he blamed Ryan. Friends said he'd never let it go. When detectives found him, he claimed he was home that night. But his shoes told another story. Tests confirmed microscopic floor varnish particles, identical to the type used in the Peterson home. The match was undeniable. After 9 hours of questioning, Cole broke. He said he didn't mean to hurt anyone, that he just wanted to scare Ryan, that he brought a tire iron to make him listen. But detectives weren't buying it. Cole's story changed 5 times. He said Ryan attacked him, then that Laura screamed, then that he the banister, the partial handprints that helped tie Cole to the scene, had been misclassified. It wasn't a single contributor. There were two. One belonged to Cole, the other sentenced to die behind bars. But 2 years later, a single fingerprint changed everything. That print didn't belong to anyone in the Peterson family, and it wasn't Cole's. Someone else had been inside that house after the murders. 2014. Maplewood Police Detective Sarah Langford had just been assigned to review closed homicide cases. When she reopened the Peterson file, she noticed something odd in the forensic appendix. A note that read, "Latent partial print unidentified, found on banister, likely contamination." But Sarah didn't believe in coincidences. If the print was contamination, why was it logged after the cleanup crew had left? She pulled the lab report. The print had been lifted 3 days after the murders, when the home was still both, Ryan Peterson and Evan Cole worked. And there it was. The missing link no one had noticed. Rudd had been a shift supervisor, accused of falsifying overtime reports. Ryan Peterson had discovered it and reported both Rudd and Cole. Cole was fired. Rudd was quietly forced to resign. A few months later, Ryan and his family were dead. Phone records revealed Rudd and Cole had spoken twice in the week leading up to the murders. Rudd claimed the calls were about an old paycheck. But when detectives cross-checked the cell tower pings, both men had been at the same roadside diner that Wednesday night, just 3 days before the killings. That meeting had never been disclosed in Cole's trial. Langford now faced a chilling question. Had Rudd been the real mastermind? Did Cole go there alone that night, or with help? When detectives finally brought Rudd in for questioning, he denied everything. He said he hadn't seen Cole since the day they were both fired. But when they showed him the recovered DNA match, his handprint inside the house, his tone changed. He said quietly, "You think I wanted it to happen like that?" He was supposed to scare him, not kill them. Rudd confessed that he'd helped Cole plan an intimidation break-in. He claimed Cole snapped and went too far. But when Rudd saw the news of the murders, he panicked, returned to the house days later, pretending to collect evidence, to remove anything that might link him. And that missing USB drive, Rudd had destroyed it. It contained financial records proving both men had stolen eventually demolished. In its place now stands a small playground, dedicated to Caleb, Megan, and Oliver. Every April, the town gathers there to plant flowers and release lanterns in their memory. In darkness, truth still finds its way home. Detective Langford received a commendation for reopening the case. Cole both behind bars, Maplewood could finally sleep again, or so it seemed. Because 1 month after the final verdict, an anonymous envelope arrived at the sheriff's office. Inside was a photo taken from inside the Peterson home, time-stamped April 15th, 2012, 10:59 p.m., 2 minutes after the family's porch light went off. And in the reflection of a glass cabinet, a third figure can be seen,